All right, the ladies will step aside for just a moment now. We'll let the big burly guys take center stage here in Denmark. Speaking of big and burly, here's Reo Wilde of Pocatello, Idaho, out of the United States. And Reo Wilde coming off a quarterfinal win this morning over Evren Çağıran of Turkey, a 1-point win, 144 to 143. Sherry Wilde, his wife, in the coach's box, as Reo will face Seppie Cilliers of South Africa, who was outstanding this morning in his match. He also has his lovely wife in the coach's box as well. Seppie coming off a 2-point win over Turkey's Demir Elma Açla. And Seppie was solid, consistent, and outstanding at times this morning. He got off to a strong start and held the lead. As I look back on the scores from his match, he jumped out to a 3-point lead in that match and never really lost that lead the rest of the way, held it from wire to wire. Again, goes back to what we were talking about, Dahlia, how important it is to get off to a good, strong start.
Definitely, for so many reasons. I mean, you want to be able to make sure your sights are exactly where you want them, because it is different from the practice range. And it's important also mentally to get that strong start right off the bat.
So Reo on target 1.
9.
Posts a 9. Kept it in the gold rings. And Seppie, who was on target 1 this morning, now on target number 2.
9.
Everyone seems to be hitting right. I noticed that in Crystal and Marcella's match, and it seems to be holding true still.
10.
9.
They're going right. What is that telling you?
I'm wondering if the wind is different on the practice range. I'm not sure which way it's blowing right now, but
9.
They're all right.
Yeah. I'm guessing the wind is different on the practice range than it is over here. Just a little bit.
10 seconds.
10.
There, Reo
There it is.
zeroes in. Gets his
Nice
first
shot.
10.
It's a totally different wind.
9.
Still on that right side.
Seppie getting closer.
He's adjusting his sight for it.
And when you're adjusting that sight, how do you know exactly? It's not an exact science, is it?
No, not really. It's something that you learn in practice. And,
More of a feel thing?
well, you can figure out how many clicks, because there's clicks on it for how much, but you can figure out how many clicks moves it, what amount on the target. And like for me, if I'm hitting bottom of the 10 or something, I'll move it down 2 clicks. And that usually puts me right in the X. And sometimes if the wind is a little stronger than you think it is, or sometimes it's a comfort click, just enough to where it won't put it out, but it'll make you feel a little bit better. I've had that happen too. But yeah, you just adjust it. It's different for every archer. A lot of things are different for every archer, but yeah, that's something that you learn for yourself.
So Seppie Cilliers to shoot first to start the second end, and he starts off strong with the 10.
10 seconds.
10.
That's a good shot.
Reo and Seppie both dialing it up here to start the second end. Notching it up a bit.
10.
So Seppie's starting to find the groove.
Ten seconds.
10.
That's a good shot.
Net mooi in lijn. Rustig.
9.
Chance for Reo to build on his lead. A 10 would put him up by 2.
10 seconds.
Holding a little
5,
longer than usual.
4,
9.
Held that one a little longer.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Still a 1-point difference in favor of Reo
Still up by
Wilde,
1,
57-56.
57-56.
And Mr. Cilliers will be shooting first on
And when you
Monday
hold a
night.
little bit longer, you're kind of thinking you're just waiting for the perfect time to let it go, right?
Sometimes, and if you're using the back tension, which Rio's using, sometimes, and I use that technique as well. Sometimes it doesn't go off quite in that perfect spot
In that
you
window,
want it to,
yeah.
I've had it where the sight picture starts to move around a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have enough time to let down to restart the shot.
Right.
So that's something else to take into account. But sometimes it's waiting for the sight to settle. I've had that happen too. You're waiting for the sight to settle and just waiting for that perfect timing, and then other times it goes by a little bit faster than you want it to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and it just depends on how your sight picture is and how your shot how your shot's going for that particular one.
So Reo still with the 1-point advantage, 57-56 over Seppie Cilliers of South Africa. Seppie also a great coach. Has worked with us here on Archery TV before. We've enjoyed having him join us, provide his insight. Seppie scoring a 10 on his first
10
shot of this
seconds.
third end, as does Reo.
Mooi in lijn zit. Sterk squid achter. Mooi deur.
10.
Mooi.
Back-to-back 10s for Cilliers.
Ten seconds.
Nice shot. Right next to the first one.
Good neighborhood.
Focus mooi in die goud. Rustige squid.
Seppie still trailing by 1. Third shot, third end, hits 10s across the board for Seppie Cilliers. So the onus is on Reo Wilde. Needs a 10 to keep his 1-point lead. And you could see his expression as soon as he released. It's an 8, and he goes from being 1 up to being 1 down.
Can change just like that. Just that quickly.
1 point separates these 2 archers.
From what you could see on that shot, Dahlia, what happened?
Semifinal match.
My guess is what we were talking about before, is it took a little bit too long. The sight picture the shot started to deteriorate, and it just didn't go off in the timing that he wanted it to. And you could see his face afterwards. It wasn't quite what he wanted, but it seemed like a little bit longer of a shot. But I think that it was the timing was probably a factor. It might not have been the main reason. I'm not sure exactly, but I would guess that was a factor in it.
Seppie Cilliers, 20th in the world at the age of 37, averaging 9.6 per arrow. 23 wins during his career. Of course, a lot of that has to do with the fact that it is so difficult when you're in South Africa to travel and compete on the international scene. The events are so far away.
And that's a good shot now.
Rustig ontspan je
Reo
handen.
battling
Focus
back.
mooi in die goud.
Ignoring those sirens in the background,
Mooi.
as does Seppie Cilliers. So workmanlike.
It's another good shot.
Reo Wilde trying to give himself every chance he can.
Mooi in lijn. Focus even
Stay in this match and compete for a chance to get into the gold medal match.
10.
9.
Now Cilliers has given him an opportunity. giving back a point, and we're tied again at 105 all. Wind rustling through the trees surrounding the King's Garden, and Reo Wilde shot veers to the left into the 9 ring. An opportunity for Cilliers to go back ahead by 1.
10.
Doesn't though.
Nope. All tied up.
After 12 arrows, we have a tie.
So we're tied at 114. Tell me how that feels, Dahlia. You've been out there before.
Yep.
It's great for us as fans, but when you're on the line.
Well, some people like shoot-offs. I love shoot-offs. I think they're a blast. But going into the last end, knowing that it's tied and that you or the other person have the opportunity and that you want to make 3 great shots. I mean, you always want to, but especially when it's tied and you don't know what the other person's going to do.
Your stomach's got to be churning a little bit, doesn't it?
A little bit. But some of it's nerves, some of it's excitement, and it's a matter of who stays focused and who focuses on their form and goes and follows their plan.
And different people, well, everybody approaches it differently.
Yeah.
I mean, some people really like this. They really enjoy this.
Yeah.
There's other people who dread it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in basketball. Who wants to have the ball in their hands in the last couple of seconds for that last shot?
Yeah. Some people thrive off that pressure, and it's a great feeling when you go into a shoot-off and you shoot a perfect shot.
Well, we haven't had a shoot-off yet today. We'll see if we're going for one. We're tied at 114 all with 3 arrows to go. Reo Wilde shooting first in the 5th.
9.
And opens the door.
Zit net rustig. Elleboog op, mooi in lijn. Focus in je goud. Wacht vol.
Can Seppie take advantage? Yes, he does. 1 point edge for the South African with 2 arrows to go. Reo sticks it. Although it didn't sound like him when he let it go.
Rustig. Elleboog mooi op. Focus in je goud. Span je aan.
Cilliers cannot afford to let up, and he doesn't.
Nice.
Down to the final arrow in regulation play. Reo needs a 10 right here to keep his hopes alive.
10 seconds.
Nice shot. It's a
The
good
shot
finish.
he had to have.
That puts the pressure
Rustig. Ontspan je aan.
The pressure on.
Focus net mooi in je goud en wacht vol.
But a 10 will catapult Seppie Cilliers to the gold medal match, and that's where he's headed. 10, 10, 10. Seppie Cilliers. So strong in the final end. And he has got a chance to shoot for gold here in Denmark. The South African, Seppie Cilliers, into the gold medal match, winning by 1 point. I'll tell you what,
See, he's
it takes it
taking
out
that
of you,
in.
doesn't it?
You can see he's taken in the moment. It's a great feeling when you win your semifinal match and you know that you're going to that gold medal match and you have the opportunity to win.
A 1 point win, 144, 143. Great battle between these 2 great archers, and Seppie Cilliers of South Africa comes out on top. Taking in the moment, and also I think just feeling that sense of relief.
Yeah.